Oh, Bobby Shields. Hi, Eel O'Neill, Fight Pro Wrestling's resident scoop seeker. Now, I have a question for you. What did you do to Cory Bush to make him hate you so much?
I don't know what I did, and I don't care what I did. Because I'm going through whoever I have to get to Tanner Reynolds and that fight championship.
Hey, man. Can we chat for a minute?
Okay.
Eel, just 1 minute, please. Listen, I don't blame you for what happened last week, okay? I want to clear the air with that right now. Whatever happens in my matches is because of me. It has nothing to do with you. However, tonight we have a tag match. And I know you want to be fight champion. I know you want a title shot. I do too. We win tonight, I get a title match. I get another title match, I win. I win, you get the first shot. I just need to know. Are we cool? Are we on the same page?
We're on the same page.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's do it.
Got it.
Introducing first, from Riot City, weighing in at 180 pounds, Sicend!
And welcome to this week's episode of Fight Pro Wrestling. I'm Mike Valentine, joined here by none other than Jason Heat.
That's right, I am the spring in your step, your hero, Jason Heat, sitting next to your recurring case of gout, Mike Valentine, and get ready for the most important single 30 minutes of your week. You know it's true, ain't nothing to be ashamed of. We are here for you. Fight Pro Wrestling.
His opponent, from Hollywood, California, weighing in at 180 pounds, Jayden Miller!
In our opening contest here, we have Jayden Miller going up against the leader of Riot City himself, Sicend.
So when we last saw Jayden Miller, it was about 3 weeks ago, just under a month ago, as Jayden Miller answered Ricky Reyes' challenge and was systematically decimated by the Cuban Crippler. Then Ricky Reyes called out yet another opponent because he wanted more competition, and that ended up being his tag team partner and fellow Riot City trainee, Steve Gaspard. Ricky Reyes made short work of both men, and Riot City came out before he could take out any more of their students, except that then 2 weeks ago, before a scheduled match between Sicend and Ricky Reyes, Ricky came out and destroyed the knee of Sicend. He's back only 2 weeks later, and I'm not sure just how well his knee is going to hold up.
Jumping leg lariat by Sicend there, and you do have a point there. It's only been 2 weeks, and we did see he had to get carted out of this arena here. So you do have to wonder exactly what's going on with that knee. And obviously he's using Jayden Miller right now as his crash test dummy.
No, I think it's more like
Kick out at 2.
Yeah, I think it's more like Sicend wanted to give Jayden an opportunity to go up against his trainer, to give him some respect for having gone up against Ricky Reyes, and to show Reyes what a real challenge competition looks like going up against somebody. Now, this is a student versus teacher match. It's unlikely that Jayden will be able to pull off the upset, but anything is possible here in Fight. This is a chance for Sicend to see just how far his students have come, and a chance for Sicend to see just how far his knee has come.
Jayden Miller with a chin breaker there off the ropes. Hard clothesline brings down Sicend.
Now, Ricky Reyes is not here today, which is much to Riot City's most wanted chagrin. They wanted to get some revenge. After Ricky Reyes took out Sicend's knee, he went up against an unprepared Mac Mayhem and managed to pull the ropes in order to get a victory over Mac Mayhem. Sicend is back specifically.
Going for the cover there, kick out at 2. Sicend trying to get the audience behind him here. Both men slow to their feet, creating some distance. Jayden Miller That hard forearm smash into the corner.
Yeah, you can see that grimace on Sicend's face. He really is using that knee a lot, but you can tell I think he's trying to push it a little extra, kind of trying to prove to himself and to Ricky Reyes that with the cover, just one, that his knee is able to do anything he needs it to do, whether to land on it or to kick someone in the face with it.
Very slow and methodical Sicend today, actually. Usually we're used to him all over the ring, moving a lot faster than this. You do have to wonder if his knee's playing a factor in that.
This is a good opportunity to see what other kind of game plan Sicend can bring instead of having to do the flying. Jayden picks him up and a slam. This is Jayden's first real opportunity on offense here. Let's see what he's got in mind. And he's not above using the knee as well. 1, 2, and Sicend kicks out. In our main event today, as you heard before, we have a tag team contest as Bobby Shields and Ernie Osiris go up against Tanner Reynolds, the fight champion, and Cory Bush. Last week, Tanner Reynolds managed to pull out a victory against Ernie Osiris. No one specifically interfered, but there was a lot of outside eventfulness, one might say, and so Fight Management has decided to give Ernie Osiris a shot. He and Bobby Shields go up against that tag team today, and if they pull out the victory, Ernie Osiris will receive a return match for the Fight Championship.
Jayden Miller with a hard kicks to the stomach there.
Yeah, 2 weeks is not a lot of time to come back from the kind of injury Sicend. There we go, 2. Sicend suffered at the hands of Ricky Reyes. He wanted to be back in this ring as quickly as possible. He really pushed his rehab, but you can see it's really hurting him.
Sicend with that discus elbow off the ropes. And Jayden able to catch him in an atomic drop. Off the ropes, double foot stomp to the chest, goes for the cover, does not hook a leg.
Kind of shades of his mentor there, though. That's the kind of move you expect to see from Sicend, to see exactly what kind of influence he's had in his student. Jayden Miller is looking good in there today. Both men battling back to their feet. Jayden Miller gets there just a little bit quicker than Sicend. You can tell that Sicend's trying to balance on that rope. That leg is just not holding perfectly well right now. Gets kicked to the head.
Jayden Miller with that running drop kick. And you can see it knocked Sicend kind of senseless there.
Yeah, I think Sicend may have come back a little too early. He really wants to get in that ring with Ricky Reyes. He really wants to have that return match. And that's going to be fueling him a ton in this competition.
Oh, we've seen this before. Cutter off the center. Goes for the cover. And Sicend able to get the win.
Game showing by Jayden Miller.
Here is your winner, Sicend!
A Sicend not at 100% is still a world-class competitor. A strong victory here to show Ricky Reyes that he is back, and you know that the next match that he is ready for is that match that he had scheduled to go up against the Cuban Crippler.
Reintroducing Michaels Amadio and Lars Madison.
Has anyone ever told you you're a pre-Atlantis looking jacknut? Lars, don't be mean. That's just rude. You're also a shark-sniffing sphincter dragon, in my opinion. Like, you should fix your shirt. I mean, how do you forget Lars Madison? I'm the molder of excellence. He's also the guru of charisma. The voice without a face. The creator of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich while being allergic to peanuts, which entitles him to the name the receiver of miracles. And that, my friend, is my Alexander the Great to my Aristotle of the ring, Michaels Amadio. We are the best technicians because I molded them out of excellence, sculpted them out of a block of greatness. No one here deserves to drop down their knees and kiss my... Don't say that, Michaels.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Rahway, New Jersey, weighing in at 115 pounds, Gemma Cross.
And Gemma Cross making her return here to Fight Pro Wrestling.
Last time we saw Gemma Cross, she suffered a hard-fought loss against Jenny Rose and took out her frustrations by knocking Jenny Rose right on her back after the match.
Her opponent, from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 155 pounds, Kelly Klein!
And definitely an uphill battle for Gemma Cross this showing.
Kelly Klein, undefeated in Fight. We haven't seen her in around a month. Last time we did, she defeated Brittany Blake, and Brittany Blake has not forgotten that loss. She has made it her absolute mission to get Kelly Klein's attention, to get her to notice her, and to make sure that she gets a chance to beat the killer queen of women in Fight.
Gemma Cross trying to mock Kelly Klein there.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a smart strategy. Poke the single most dominant female on the entire roster. That seems wise. Maybe she's trying to throw off her game, but Kelly Klein is far too much professional for that.
Gemma Cross creating some distance. Actually, not a bad strategy, to be honest.
No, I think if I kicked Kelly Klein in the gut, I would run away as quickly as possible too. That's about the only strategy I can imagine that I would engage in, although I'm not a professional fighter. I'm a professional talker, lover, raconteur. I'm many things, Mike. I'm just not a wrestler.
Gemma Cross still stretching on the outside, claiming that she's not ready.
Getting herself a little calisthenics, ready to go. Trying to goad Kelly to come after her, and there we see Gemma ducking down, avoiding the hit.
Oh, I think she poked her in the eye. Because that flying lariat does not take down Kelly Klein, though.
You see Kelly Klein's power just catching her right in mid-jump there, and now delivering some shots to the midsection of her own. She's climbing the mountain and getting ready to chop the tree, but instead Gemma Cross is able to push her down.
Gemma Cross off the middle. Kelly Klein just catching her. Gemma Cross with those elbows getting herself out of that situation.
You can fly like Superwoman all you want. It doesn't matter if the Hulk is down there, the one you're trying to jump at. Oh, that is a sign of disrespect. Gemma Cross just grabbing Kelly's hair and kind of ruffling it around. I do not think Kelly Klein is going to take any of this kindly as soon as she gets a chance to turn the tables on Gemma Cross. We'll see if she gets a chance to.
Swift kick to the chest, goes for the cover, hooks the leg, and a kick out at one.
Well, that was a pretty arrogant cover. There was very little weight on the shoulders, almost all of it sort of on the chest and waist region.
And Kelly Klein able to get back up to her feet.
It's kind of a bell curve, you know? On the one hand, you do want to make Kelly Klein upset because the more frustrated she gets, that's pretty much the only way to get her off her game. On the other chance, there's that phrase, don't make me angry, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And it's sort of like the more pissed off you get Kelly Klein, the harder her strikes become, no matter how long in the match you get. You're watching that right now. Taking aim, firing full body right across the chest of Gemma Cross. One might say she crossed the cross.
The low drop kick to the top of the head.
Kelly's like, did I do that? And the answer is yes, you absolutely did.
And Gemma Cross kicking out at 2. Kelly Klein staying on the attack. Gemma able to get the best of her there. High kick to the throat.
Gemma Cross not particularly endearing herself and going back again for that particular unique style of cover. I do not think she is taking Kelly Klein as seriously as she needs to. Kelly has defeated so many women here in Fight already, and you are not going to put her down without at least putting full body pressure on the shoulders.
And Kelly blocking that vertical suplex by taking that knee.
Going around, grabs her from behind, but Gemma reverses that. Kelly gets her in, picks her up. Big scoop. Oh! Manages to get her in a full Nelson. Oh! Dragon suplex!
Holding on to the full Nelson there.
Muscling her up. You can see as Gemma's fighting every step of the way. Oh! Pulls her in. She's got her. And she's tapping. That's it!
And Kelly Klein again proving that as long as she can land that submission, she is going to land a victory.
Here is your winner, Kelly Klein!
Gemma Cross, 2 very tough losses. How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? It's more like how are you feeling, because you're the loser around here.
Yeah, he is, isn't it? Hey, Ryan Holiday, let's get out of here. Let's get some dinner.
Interview over.
Where are you going? Just not having the luck right now, am I?
No.
The following contest is a tag team match, and it is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first, coming straight from the gym, weighing in at over 202 pounds, he is the Body, Bobby Shields.
And it is main event time here at Fight Pro Wrestling. Big tag team contest. As you can see, Bobby Shields already out here. I've actually been looking forward to this one all week.
This is a high-stakes match.
And his tag team partner from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 185 pounds, Ernie Osiris.
And particularly high stakes for that man right there. The eternal burning desire of Ernie Osiris. He had a championship match last week.
And their opponents, introducing first, from Hagerstown, Maryland, weighing in at 450 pounds, he is the weight of the world, Cory Bush!
A championship match that ended up being interrupted by the appearance of this man coming out to target Bobby Shields. For reasons unknown to us so far, he has made Bobby Shields the focus of his attention, and that ended up kind of tipping the tides last week in favor of this man.
And his partner, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 199 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending Fight Heavyweight Champion, America's most hated, Tanner Reynolds!
The Fight Heavyweight Champion, Tanner Reynolds, who in the sort of interruption, the cluster that emerged between Bobby Shields and Cory Bush last week, Tanner Reynolds was able to take advantage, kick the bottom rope up into the crotch of Ernie Osiris, and cover him for the pinfall, retaining his title yet again. Now, there was no actual interference in that match, but there was outside entertainment, one might say. And so the fight committee has decided that if Ernie Osiris and Bobby Shields are able to work past their differences and team together tonight and beat the team of Cory Bush and Tanner Reynolds, Ernie will receive another shot at the Fight Heavyweight Championship.
F-I-G-H-T, fight, fight, fight!
Fans letting Tanner Reynolds know exactly what they think of him.
Now, how do you think Bobby Fields being in this match, though? The best he can do here, and it's important, is he can help Ernie get another title shot. And if Ernie does take that title off of Tanner, he can challenge Ernie for the championship. But he's in here knowing that no matter what, he won't get a shot at Tanner. That's got to really stick in his craw.
Get in there.
You can see Bobby wants just Tanner and nothing but Tanner, and Cory Bush wants Bobby Shields real bad. Looks like in order to get to Tanner, Bobby Shields is going to have to try and find his way around the gravitational force that is the weight of the world. Spat right in the face of Ernie Osiris. This is smart. Bobby Shields trying to work some technical stuff with Cory Bush. Bobby has one of the most impressive physiques in the entire fight roster, but you're not going to match power with a 400-pounder. I just don't see that happening. And that's not a situation Bobby's often in on this particular roster. But speed and strikes, that could be particularly effective as long as you're able to knock him down, which Bobby has yet to do.
Bobby and Ernie taking turns now. And the two of them together, able to back Cory out of the ring.
And now two men going after Tanner Reynolds, his two arch foes here in fight, working together for a common goal. Both of them after the Fight Heavyweight Championship, but both of them know that the only way to get it is to win this match and go up against Tanner. Oh, but there comes the weight of the world from behind. Tanner managed to keep them distracted just long enough for Cory Bush to come back around. And now Cory Bush is, no pun intended, throwing his weight around. I imagine that should Tanner and Cory become victorious in this contest, if Cory Bush is the man to land on someone and score that pinfall, I think Cory Bush is also going to be asking Tanner Reynolds or Fight Management for a title shot in the near future. Tons of implications for the main event scene in this, our main event. As both teams who are not known for teaming together, oh look, working very well together. You've seen a lot of cohesive double team maneuvers between Ernie and Bobby, and you've seen a lot of really good distraction timings, really kind of working around each other's strengths in terms of Cory and Tanner. Are you impressed with how well these teams are doing?
Both these teams are surprisingly working very, very well together, seeing how they are not an actual tag team, either one of them, but they have common goals on both sides that I guess they're just able to mesh so well together.
That's the thing, they're all professionals. All four of these people have worked their butts off to get here and fight. They're the top of the division and they're there for a reason, and that's because whether they like each other or not, whether they respect each other or not, whether they're best friends, whether they have barbecues, cakes, parties, spend time with each other at Christmas, hell no. But in this ring, they're going to work together because they have things on the line. Tanner Reynolds, our champion, over Ernie Osiris, getting some good height on that suplex. We just have not gotten a chance to see Bobby Shields get in there with Tanner Reynolds yet, and you know there is literally nothing more. I feel like Bobby Shields is probably salivating over the opportunity to tear into Tanner Reynolds, and instead, here comes Cory Bush just squashing the back of Ernie Osiris.
And Cory Bush stretching out Ernie Osiris in the center of the ring, just having him stare at Bobby Shields there.
The power of Cory Bush, really simple, basic maneuvers, just hurt so much more. You watched him grind his head into that canvas, and on anyone doing that would cause irritation, gyration, tearing up happening in the eyes, the face, putting pressure on that sinus region. But when Cory Bush does it, it's like being drilled down into concrete.
Ernie Osiris kicking at it too. Tanner Reynolds staying on top of him with that that submission hold in the center of the ring. Fans getting behind Ernie Osiris there.
The thing about being the champion of fight is you have to be a consummate athlete. You need to be able to defeat people in all three of our divisions. You need to be able to have the grit and wherewithal to defeat people in a grappler showcase. You need to have the technical ability to submit someone. And look at this. Referee not in position, distracted, and Cory Bush is making that advantage count. Super impressive that Tanner was able to keep that headlock with his legs on for such a long time, and Bobby Shields wants in this match so badly.
Ernie Osiris almost made it there with that mad scramble just now.
Tanner Reynolds with that ring awareness to keep him just out of reach. He knows, just this close, Bobby. I almost think he's doing that on purpose, letting him get just there and then pulling him back. Because if Tanner Reynolds is anything, he's a man who really likes to make you mad at him. I think he gets off on it a little bit, you know?
What's my name, Bobby?
Cory Bush intimidating Bobby there.
Trying to sneak underneath those tree trunks, but instead the entire tree just falls on the small of his back. There we go, laying down on him, and that's enough for a 2, even without hooking the leg, even without laying that full thing. When, you know, the difference is when you're 400 plus pounds, you don't have to necessarily get entirely on top of the person to keep him down. Ernie Osiris has been taking a lot of punishment this match.
I'm not sure Ernie Osiris really knows where he is anymore.
Does anybody really know what time it is? Tanner Reynolds knows what time it is. Time for a snapmare. Laying him down and then dropping a foot right on that nose. You know, it's an interesting psychology. They really have been working the top of Osiris's face, and what that does is it keeps him disoriented. It keeps a lot of fluid coming out of his eyes, coming out of his nose. That's distracting. It's annoying. You can't breathe. They're doing a great job of just trying to incapacitate. Look, right there. He's grating his hand right into Ernie Osiris's eye. Even if Osiris were to get free for a minute, I don't know if he'd be able to see Bobby Shields well enough to be able to hit a tag unless he had a fair amount of time. Oh, nice
Ernie
job.
Osiris fighting his way out of this, rolls through, makes the tag.
Here is Bobby Shields ready to go up against the man who cost him his chance at ever becoming fight champion so long as Tanner Renner holds the belt. The champion himself. He's been waiting for weeks to get his hands on Tanner. Going in for Hurricane Rana, gets him right in the corner. Bobby Shields getting himself ready, running across, rock you like a hurricane. Oh, so close. That first flurry of offense from Bobby Shields, I think he thought that was going to be enough. Interesting strategy, quick tag to Ernie Osiris. I wonder if Ernie's had a chance to recuperate enough, but there we go. Double team flapjack and Ernie Osiris in the center of the ring, but too close to the ropes, and you can see there's Cory Bush pulling Tanner to safety. Not a bad insurance policy, huh, Mike?
Bobby Shields lining him up.
Managed to get out of the way, but then Bobby just changes rotation, makes a jump, and a diving cannonball right to the floor, knocks the big man to his feet. This leaves Ernie and Tanner right in the center of the ring. He reverses the backstabber. He's got these two men on the floor, two men in the ring, sort of paired off into Ernie and Tanner and Bobby and Cory. Backstabber right in the center of the ring. I don't see Cory and Bobby anymore. Do you know where they went?
I think they've battled to the back. I think this just became a one-on-one match.
Oh, he pulled down his knee pads, hit him right in the head with those exposed knees. And that's it. You know, Tanner had seen Ernie try and go for that combination before.
Here are your winners, Cory Bush and Tanner Reynolds!
That cartwheel into the super kick, I think he had it scouted from the last match. Instead, he was able to reverse it into a backstabber and then go ahead and hit him with that double knee right to the face. That means that Ernie Osiris will not be receiving another championship match in the immediate future. And that means Bobby Shields isn't getting a title shot anytime soon either.